I'm gonna go inside, check out the footage, try and cobble something together using both cameras. Hopefully it comes out okay. Okay, so it's gonna be an interesting day of testing. I'm using my Insta360 GO 3 right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it out and put it on my chest for this bike ride. I've got one of the wearable pendant on there right now. And at the same time, I'm going to try out these Ulanzi bike mounts right here. Supposedly the magnetics work on the GoPro, and it seems to be locked in place there pretty nicely. So we're going to test that out and test the jitters, or see how well it holds up, and hopefully everything goes well. Right now I have the GO 3 set up on a 4K 30. Pretty standard. I mean, since this thing can do 4K now, why not try it out? So let's go take a look, and hopefully it comes back with some good results. Okay. I don't know how the footage on the GO 3 is going to look. Sorry, GO 3S. Gotta include that S. The S. That's the whole point. It's got 4K and 128 gigabytes of space. The GO 3, well, that's just garbage now. Not really. It's still awesome. Uh-oh. Whew. Shit, that was close. So the GO 3S system is really two pieces of tech. The first piece is obviously this little camera. This is the camera, this is where the memory's stored, this is where the lens is and all that good stuff. The other piece is the, for lack of a better word, the action pod. I'm sure there's an official name for it, I just don't know what it is. This will charge the GO 3 camera when you have it off, because it's on the GO 3 itself. It's got a small battery life, but this can act like kind of like a battery extender. So I'm going to put it in right now, and as you can see by this red light here, that means it's charging. So what this pod does, it allows you to use the camera like an action camera if you want. It's got a screen on the back. And it's a lot like a GoPro setup, where you can pick the resolution, the frame rate, zoom in, zoom out, all that kind of stuff, all sorts of settings you might want to have for your camera. So once you've made those settings, then it's on this camera. You can take it off and they apply to the camera even when it's not part of the pod. If you want to vlog with this thing, like I'm vlogging right now with my GoPro, and I've got a screen on the front of it, so I can kind of look at the camera and make sure that I'm framed the way I want to. And I'm on this. If you want to vlog with this, the screen on the back of it folds up like this, so now you can kind of put yourself into the position you want for the camera. So let's see. Oh yeah, that definitely makes me look good. So this is a good angle. So it's a pretty functional device. I like it so far. It's been pretty fun to play with. There's a whole ton of different camera settings that you can pick from. You can just kind of see there's video, free frame, time lapse, time shift, slow-mo, loop recording, star lapse, interval photo, HDR photo, and then back to video. I mean, good Lord, that's a lot of modes for this particular camera. But, you know, that's kind of the point. You're supposed to be able to use this however you want. I think it's kind of cool that it's got a magnet on the back, and I can put it on the fridge. I can put it on the stove if I'm doing some sort of video for making coffee or making food. With the GoPro, you kind of have to futz with mounts and things like that to make it work. But with this little camera here, you don't need to worry about that sort of thing anymore. So that's cool. So I'm going to get back on the bike, put this thing back on my chest, and capture some more footage, and we'll see if it's any good. Now at the same time, the GoPro is being tested with its magnetic mounts. So far so good. They haven't fallen off, and I'm hoping the horizon leveling will help. All right, let's get back on the bike. It's recording. I really don't have a lot of hope that the Go 3 on my chest on a bike ride is going to produce anything of value. I just think it's going to be bouncing all over the place. But maybe since it's small, it won't be as bad, because I used to have I have a magnetic mount that I could use for the GoPro, where it's a lot of bigger system, that it would magnetize to something on your chest, but it was a lot bulkier than what I have now. But the GoPro was so heavy that it just bounced all over the place, and it never really worked well. Unfortunately, where I live isn't as scenic as some of my friends who live in other countries. They can ride on these awesome back roads with scenic villages. I get Amazon warehouses and floodplains. Okay, yeah, now 1 beep is on, 3 beeps is off. There have been times there have been 3 beeps is on, 7 beeps is off. I'm sure some developer at GoPro thought it made perfect sense. Okay, the lily field. Pretty spectacular. I wonder how this camera is going to record it. Alright, back on the trust. Where is it? Right there. Okay, let's ride right into the sun. Thing on. Looks like it. Yeah, it's on. Let's go into some shade. See how that transition goes. Okay, so let's go from sun into shade and see how it handles it. Pretty shady in here right now. Pretty shady in here right now. Cigarette, no, that's not cigarette smoke. Not cigarette smoke. Okay, just finished up a ride, kind of flipping between the GoPro and the Go 3, just to kind of see how they behave out in the world. I changed a few things on the camera for this particular shot. It's the filtering is a little more for just kind of vlogging in this sort of situation as before. I had it set up to a situation where it's more conducive to cycling. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside, check out the footage, try and cobble something together using both cameras. Hopefully it comes out okay. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.